Welcome to the Merch Minds podcast, where we discuss everything about the Merch by Amazon business and the print-on-demand industry. Here are your hosts, Glen and Yong.
What's up, everybody? Merch Minds podcast, episode number 40. My name is Glen. YouTube channel, Hustler Hacks. This is Yong.
Hello.
And who's actually younger than 40. Just kidding.
I'm 28, man. But you know what? Since we are on episode 40, I am celebrating with a 40 ounce. No, I'm just joking. I haven't
that
drank one of
escalated
those
quickly. Now you know what this show's about.
Yeah, I haven't drank one of those in years, but
sure.
Yeah.
So pretty pumped for today's show. We're getting to the numbers. Today is actually Prime Day. We're actually recording this on July 11th. So we're going to talk about numbers and how Prime Day has or hasn't affected us.
That's right.
So we'll talk about that.
Yeah. So, I mean, we are recording this a little early. As Glenn mentioned, we normally record on a Thursday or later. But you have a wedding to go to.
Yes, sir.
Your brother is finally getting married. We had talked about this. Congratulations, Anthony. You've been doing a lot of traveling lately, huh?
Oh man, that's probably why I got sick.
Yeah, man. Are you flying to Austin?
Yeah, I'm flying to Austin.
Okay.
It's like a 9-hour drive, but we're gonna fly. Me and the wife.
Okay. Now, since you've been doing a lot of flying, have you had any issues with the airlines?
No, everyone's been pretty cool. Nothing
Okay.
so far.
Okay, because it's not the friendly skies anymore, man. It's the I'm gonna kick your ass, guys.
It's tough out there.
Yeah, I mean, people getting dragged out of planes and kicked off, and dude, it's getting
kicked.
crazy. Yeah,
it's getting crazy out there.
Yeah, so let's get into it, man. Let's get into our numbers. So as of today, we still don't have the actual payouts for last month. So whether I broke the 4,500 mark is still up
in the air.
Still up in the air. But as of so far, the last 7 days, I think when I checked this morning, I was at about 120 shirts sold for the last 7 days. I think my royalties was pretty close to about $800. So it's compared to last month, I took the numbers have tanked. Still, I mean, I'm still on pace to do about maybe 3,200 this month. Not bad, considering my numbers did take a dump, but I mean, $3,200, that's still a lot of money for some folks.
Yes, sir. I'll take that any day.
Yeah. And Prime Day, again, last I checked, I had sold like 15 shirts so far, and that was about 2 hours ago when I checked. It's close to 4:30 right now, Pacific Standard Time, and so it's average, nothing to write home about, nothing special.
What about yesterday?
Yesterday I did 16. The day before I did 18. So I'm averaging out about 15 a day.
Yeah, that's still not bad, because that's kind of like where you were like before all the
No,
holidays?
because remember in May, I mean, the only holiday in May was really Mother's Day, and in May I was just blowing up, man. I mean, I was doing like 30 plus a day, remember?
Oh yeah, but wasn't there Mother's Day shirts in there?
I had like maybe one Mother's Day shirt, maybe two at most. And then June obviously was a big month. But the fact that my numbers tanked so bad, I mean, but it's not just me. It's apparently talking to everyone else. Everyone's numbers pretty much have tanked. And you know what? If your numbers haven't tanked, let us know. I mean, we would love to know how you're doing. So let us know in the Facebook group.
Oh yeah, definitely. And yeah, I was wondering what happened yesterday, because yesterday was pretty good. Went back up to the 30 sales.
Nice.
Yesterday. Today I'm like at 20 for Prime Day, which is kind of funny because people were talking in other groups, I guess, has Prime Day helped you today? And people were like, hell no, it hasn't done anything. And but that was earlier in the morning, which it was just super early. I'm pretty sure it's somewhat, helped people throughout the day. But earlier today, it was just like everybody was like, nah, nothing's going on. It's been the same, kind of average. So, I mean, I don't know. I haven't really seen an explosion. It seems kind of the same, I guess, with 20 sales so far. But I guess we'll see what we finish the day with. But last 7 days, I have like 165 products sold. And estimated royalties, I'm at like $861. So maybe at the end of the day, I'll get like 900, I guess. So I've been in between like 8 and 900. I think one of the days I sold pretty good too. I was like just getting back to the 1,000 range. So it's slowly creeping back up.
Okay, wait. So you said about 160.
Yeah.
And I've sold about 120, but we're right about the same as far as royalties. So you're pricing your shirts, it seems like, much cheaper than mine.
Yeah, I have a mix of cheap ones and like pretty good ones. I have like quite a bit of, I guess, like $18.99 ones that I've sold. And I
Okay.
have some simple text-based ones that are like $15.99 that I've sold.
Okay.
So it's kind of a mix in there, but for some reason, one shirt text-based one has sold, I guess, quite a bit. Like, I guess 8 of them in the last, or 8 to 10 of them in the last, I guess, couple of days. But that one's really, really low. So that's probably why also throwing that one in there. That one's only $15.99. So
Okay. Interesting.
yeah. So let's see. But other than that, I just hopefully just keeps creeping back up.
Okay. Cool.
You've been uploading per day?
I'm still doing about 3. I didn't upload anything yesterday. Nothing today. And I don't know if I'm going to upload anything today. I don't know. It just depends on how much time that I have the rest of the evening. How about you?
Yesterday I did a couple of them. Day before that, I uploaded like 10. I did 10 the day before that. But today I might be able to get to some. I don't know. I still have to pack. And I'm pretty sure the next couple of days I'm not going to do anything because I'm not going to be here. So
yeah, of course.
It's going to be tougher.
Yeah, no, it'll be tough for you. But hey, before we continue, I just want to remind everyone that this week's episode is sponsored by Word Candy, which is brought to you by the same fine folks over at Design Candy. Good keywords, they're important to help improve your sales on Amazon. With Word Candy, you get strategic keywords with Amazon Auto Suggest and Google search engine traffic. Okay, and Word Candy also checks for trademark protection, which helps us protect our Merch by Amazon accounts, right?
Yes, sir.
Because it's doing all that trademark protection. So therefore, you're going to save a lot of time. No more going back and forth between browser tabs. And if that's not enough, you get a free account for your VA. So go check them out. Word Candy at wordcandy.io. You get a free-day trial, and after that, it's just $19.99 per month. Okay, but your numbers are sounds like they're stable. Mine are obviously stable. I mean, it could be better. At least, or it could be better for both of us, it sounds like.
Oh, so, yeah, for sure.
And you and I were talking yesterday. I think the problem for both of us is, and just to let the listeners know, so Glenn and I, we're both a one-man show. We don't have any VAs. Okay, we do all the research. We do a majority of the designs. I know you do all of your designs. I typically get about 3 to 4 designs from Design Candy per month. So we're like a one-man show, and the problem is you and I are trying to juggle so many projects.
Oh, yeah.
And it's gotten out of control. It's like, you obviously have your YouTube channel, and you got the day job at the family's business, and obviously you got the side hustles doing the eBay. Are you still doing FBA?
Not really. I think it's been a couple of I think my last shipment was like 2 months ago.
Okay, and I'm in the same boat, right? I got my day job. I got I got my little side hustles. I'm doing a little eBay, and then I do FBA, every other month, I'm still actively involved doing Craigslist um, and then obviously merch, and it's just really hard to scale. And you and I were trying to brainstorm yesterday on how we can grow, but it's again it's hard. It really is difficult. So we're gonna try and strategize and come up with a solution hopefully here in the near future.
Yeah, I mean, it'd have to be with like hiring designers and stuff, but like we talked about before, I mean, being a graphic designer has its good and bad. The good thing is like, yeah, we can do our own designs and probably knock them out pretty quickly compared to someone that doesn't have a design background. At the same time, we are pickier when it comes to design, the way they look. So if we do have designers, I know I'm going to be kind of like nitpicking at things, which I would have
Oh
to learn,
yeah,
to like just let that go and just upload those. But there's also a difference too, is like I've noticed a lot of different people that have, that have posted their numbers and talked about profits and what they look at, and hey, my profit is this amount, but yet I have 2 or 3 designers under me. So technically, I mean, that amount isn't your profit because you're paying people, and that would come out of that. I mean, that's not your actual profit. In our case, I mean, besides just some of the ones that you paid for with like, what is it called? Design Candy or whatever. Other than that, it's just pretty much been us. I mean, I don't have anybody else to pay for. So that is actual full profit. I haven't paid anything from that for those designs.
yeah,
In general, as a whole, we've paid different things to, help us with our merch account, which is what we're going to talk about today.
yeah. A great segue into um, we're going to talk about our personal expenses here shortly, but just want to get a few more things off the off my little notepad here that we can discuss. So last week we talked about the stupid ass Jenners that they superimposed their face on iconic musical legends. Okay, yesterday they came out and the stupid ass Kenners claim that the lawsuit. Well, first of all, I don't know if I even mentioned this last week. So they are getting sued by the photographer who took the picture of Tupac and Biggie Smalls.
Oh, nice! I didn't even notice. I didn't even.
Yeah. So he is going to sue them, which is good. And then the stupid ass Kenners came out and said that is it Jenners? What the fuck is it? Oh,
Yeah.
excuse my language. Oh my god. What the hell is the damn names? Is it Kenners or Jenners? I don't even know.
Yeah.
The stupid ass Jenners claim that the lawsuit is baseless. Okay, which is stupid because if it is baseless, why did they even pull those line of shirts? If they're that confident that everything's legit, why did they pull those shirts off their line of shirt? Of their apparel line. And this is what blows my mind, Glenn. Okay, this is what freaking blows my freaking mind. Okay, as famous as they are, as popular as they are, and obviously the Kardashians and the Jenners, that's a brand, right? Obviously, they have their TV show and whatnot. And being a brand, you would think, okay, that they have legal advisors, but for some reason, this all went through the cracks. They never seemed to got any legal advice from their attorneys. And this is what blows my mind. They're worth millions and millions of dollars. And the fact that even the legal advisors didn't catch it. So they come out and say, oh, the lawsuit is baseless. They claim that they only sold 2. And oh my gosh, I swear, man, whoever has those 2 shirts, man, put that sucker up on eBay. No, actually, you know what? They shouldn't even do that because they probably get sued themselves.
Yeah, just stay away in general.
Yeah. So, yeah, this doesn't make sense, man. Does not make sense. But yeah, so let's get into today's topic. We've gotten a couple of requests now from people asking us to basically put our expenses into our monthly income reports. And I'll be honest with you, I just don't want to do that because that's just a lot of math. I don't want to have to sit down every month and add up all my expenses. just something I don't want to do. So that's something that we'll get into today. Um, I don't know, man. Have you thought about doing that? Maybe adding your expenses into your monthly income report?
Um, I don't know. I guess because I've done a lot of like the yearly accounts, like for like Creative Suite and stuff like, or Creative Cloud. I did the year. I actually done a year for a lot of these memberships and stuff. So I guess I just add that in for my taxes at the very end of the year anyway. Um, so I don't have a lot of like monthly expenses when it comes to that stuff.
Yeah, well, I actually do have a lot of expenses, and I'll go into them today. Again, it's not going to be a monthly thing. You guys can, I'll talk about it on this episode, and then you guys can kind of get a general idea of what I spend per month. But yeah, I mean that reminds me too, because I need to upgrade to Creative Cloud here very soon, because I had mentioned that I was using CS6, and when I updated my OS on my computer, um, apparently CS6 is no longer compatible with the updated version of my my my
Come on now.
my iMac. So I gotta invest in the Creative Cloud. Um, yeah, so I can start my expenses. Gosh, I mean, I have a whole list of things that I spend. Um, that I spend on. I mean,
Well, this is good then, because I want to hear.
yeah, no, I mean it's unreal. Like some of the stuff that I pay for, actually, now I think about it, I should have made like a full list before I got on the show. Now I think about it. But yeah, okay, let's just kind of go down the list. So I pay for the app called MileIQ. I don't know if you heard of that, Glenn.
Yes, I
So
have.
basically, yeah, so I believe that's $60 a month, and in my opinion, it's worth every penny.
I didn't
And
even
you
know it
can,
was that much.
yeah, it's not that much.
Oh, well,
sixty
60
dollars.
a month for an app?
Oh, did I say a month? Jeez, what is wrong with me? Um, it's 60 a year. It's 60 a year.
Oh, okay.
Um, it's 60 a year, and like I said, I think it's worth every penny. No more pulling out the notepad and the notepad and pen and uh, just jotting down your mileage that way. It automatically um, recognizes card movement,
Okay.
and it starts logging your miles that way. It's so good. I kid you not. I was at my day job. I was riding my skateboard in the parking lot, and I was going so fast on my skateboard, it started logging the miles. I kid you not. Um, so
So,
I
so
pay for
tell
that.
everybody where you would drive to and why you would have this app for merch.
Yeah, so this is for like FBA when I do FBA, and when I do eBay. And I've mentioned this a few times. Sometimes I like to go to the library to do my designs and research, because when I'm here at the house, there's just too many distractions, right? I want to jump on the internet. I want to go do this. I want to go do that. At least when you're at the library, you got nothing else. You're focused. So I like to go to the drive. I almost said the drive-in. I like to drive to the library and work there every now and then. So Mile IQ, that's a good one. I I recently signed up for Merch Informer. If you guys don't know about that, we'll get into it here shortly. Um, Design Candy, I pay for, maybe, again, I've mentioned this a bunch of times already. I pay for like maybe 3 or 4 designs per month.
Mhm.
What else? I just got done telling you guys that I need to pay for, that I need to sign up for Adobe Creative Cloud. That's going to be $600 for a year.
Mhm.
Gosh, what else is there? There is I pay for a desktop. Well, I guess it's also a mobile app. It's called Dashlane. Have you heard of that, Glenn?
Mm-mm, mm-mm.
So Dashlane. Now, if you guys are like me, okay, you have freaking hundreds and hundreds of accounts for all kinds of things, right? Bank accounts, obviously eBay accounts, Amazon accounts. I can't remember all the freaking passwords, man. Dashlane. Um, I think I paid for the 5-year plan. It was like $150. Awesome app. You can keep all your passwords for every website stored in Dashlane. Again, great app. Um, that's a good one to have. Oh gosh, let's see. What else is there? I mean, I pay for my fonts. You guys know I like to pay for my fonts. I pay for my fonts. Primarily, I use myfonts.com. That varies every month, right? Like I don't buy fonts every month, right?
Yeah.
So that varies. Sometimes I'll go on to Creative Market. I'll buy stuff on there. I'll go on fontbundles.com. I'll buy stuff on there. But again, these sites vary every month. Oh gosh, what else is there? There's I pay for GoDaddy bookkeeping. If you guys don't know what that is, first of all, here's the thing. I'm not a fan of GoDaddy. Okay.
Why?
I just their whole business practice, just everything about GoDaddy, I've never liked them. But
Well, there goes our GoDaddy sponsorship, which I guess I'll let them know.
but I will say this: they got one thing right. The GoDaddy bookkeeping software,
Mhm.
which is web based, it's freaking easy, man. It's easy. It's so easy, even a caveman can do it. All right,
Showing
you
your
like
age with
that
these
one?
commercials.
Yeah. So I pay for that. That's like $9.99 a month. Oh gosh, I mean, what else is there? I mean, there's
It's like you're
so much.
hunting for expenses for merch.
No, you know what? These are expenses that I've been paying for before merch even came along, right?
Oh, okay.
Um, and you guys know me. You know, I love going to conferences. Those are write-offs. You know, there's a reason why I go to conferences. Well, first of all, sometimes my job will send me away for a conference, but obviously
Yeah.
that's related to my
Different.
day job. Yeah, but you know,
Hanging out with Bash? Right off. Just kidding.
hey, you know what? I'll tell you what, those were good times. I actually talked to him today.
Oh, nice.
But yeah, I mean, I like to go to conferences 2 to 3 times a year, somewhere around there, because they're write-offs, right? They're write-offs.
Yeah.
They're related to your business. Let me see. I mean, what else is there? There's gosh, like I said, I apologize. I should have made like a detailed list before I got on, um, but I was so busy doing something else beforehand. And but yeah, I mean, those are.
Have you purchased any guides or books from anybody? Not necessarily just merch, but what about just in general? Like,
Oh yeah, well, I mean, I have a Skillshare account.
oh yeah, there we go. Okay.
Okay, I pay for that every month. Again, that's in my opinion, that's work related. If there's something that I want to learn about FBA, I'm sure Skillshare has it. So yeah, so I pay for Skillshare. That's a write off for me. Um, yeah, I mean, there's tons of things that I can think of, right?
It's kind of crazy because I do get emails where they're like, Glenn, like I don't know what else to buy or purchased for. I mean, they're not making like huge amount of money, but for those that are making like $500 around that range,
mhm,
they're just kind of like, man, like I
right.
don't know what's gonna happen during tax time. A lot of people that I've gotten emails from really worried about tax time.
Yeah. Well,
I'm like,
so here's my again, don't take my advice as a legal advice. You should always talk to your CPA. But if you're making a significant amount of money, okay, and significant amount of money is different for everyone, right? In my
mhm.
opinion, okay. Again, don't take my word for it. I don't want people coming back and saying, "Oh, you're giving me wrong advice." Okay, we've gone over this. Shut up. This is just my own personal opinion.
Write this
Um,
down, people. Record this.
yeah. Seriously, conferences are probably your best bet because not only do you get to spend a significant amount of money that you can write off, but they're educational. And we've talked about this where you can network, which in my opinion is by far the most important aspect of going to a conference.
Yeah, that's why I think it's kind of funny that people kind of complain like when it comes to like conferences and stuff because I'm like, I mean, it is a write off for your business. You are going to meet people and talk to like-minded people. That's going to help you too. like who cares if it costs, I don't know, $250? Like if you're making money and you want to better yourself networking wise or
Hmm.
even your business wise, like spend the money on it.
Yeah,
Take
you know
the write off. The government's going to take it from you anyway.
right. The conference in Atlanta.
Yeah.
You know how much the registration for that was?
How much was that one?
That was $1,000.
Oh man.
And mind you, I didn't go the whole week. Okay, I only went the first, I think was it Monday and Tuesday. Now, if I would have went for the full week, it would have been, I don't know what, like $2,000 or $3,000 for
Yeah.
registration.
Yeah.
And the only reason I didn't go for the whole week was because Monday and Tuesday was Illustrator and Photoshop. Wednesday and Thursday and Friday was InDesign. I haven't used InDesign in like 10 years, so there's no reason
Yeah.
for me to go.
Prince
Uh,
dead. Just kidding.
no, it's not dead, but it's just, I mean, I don't see myself using InDesign anytime soon. Yeah, I mean, if I haven't used it in 10 years,
Yeah.
chances are I'm not going to use it for like another 10 years. So there was no reason for me to go. But I'm telling you guys, if you think you're making a significant amount of money, uh, um, go to a conference. And I kid you not, if you just go online and just Google an entrepreneur or a design conference, you'll find dozens of them. All you got to do is just pick and choose which one you want to go to.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, I sent you a message today for next year's conference, the one that I went to in Atlanta.
Oh
Did you
yeah,
get that
yeah.
one? That
Yeah, I did.
next year is going to be in New Orleans. You and I should go.
Oh yeah, New Orleans. Okay. Sounds good to me.
But yeah, I mean, again, that's just my opinion. But don't take my word for it. Go talk to your CPA.
What other, I guess, investments could they, I mean, coaching or guides, things like that. I mean, you can obviously pay for something like that, which will
I would,
help you. I mean, assuming
yeah.
that you're going to make more money from it, and you're learning things to better
Hmm.
your merch account, then all for that too.
Yeah. I mean, I don't pay for any coaching, but I mean, if someone else wanted to, that would be an expense. If you buy a course, that would be an expense.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, and I'm just again. I know I'm forgetting a bunch of other stuff. I apologize. I should have made a full list, but I was really busy before I got home to do this podcast. So what I'll do is, if you guys want, I'll have a full list later in the week in the group. I'll post it in the group.
Okay.
Um, but yeah, I mean, there's tons of things you can write off. It's just long as you're just being strategic about it, and again, get the advice of your CPA. But there's unfortunately we don't have physical products, right? Physical products like we do in the FBA, so we
Mhm.
can't write off like inventory that we purchase and things like that. We have to get a little creative. That's why I'm always telling people, hey, number one, you should never be stealing fonts anyways, but pay for your fonts. You can write that
Yeah.
off. That's why I'm always preaching that. And but yeah, I mean, services like Merch Informer and Design Candy, Word Candy, those are write-offs because they're related to your business.
Yeah. And I think, let me see, where am I on here? So I guess comparing mine to yours, I mean, there's some obviously similar stuff, which we talked about. Creative Cloud, which I paid the yearly, which is what, 600 for the year. And with me, when it comes to like tax stuff, I'm paying quarterly. So my next one's due next month.
Oh, you are
Um,
paying quarterly.
yeah,
Interesting.
I'm paying quarterly. Yeah, and that changed pretty much because of merch. Last year, yeah, when I went submitted everything in, my CPA was like, yeah, you got to move to quarterly now because before that, I mean, even with FBA and eBay, um, I mean, I still made decent amount of money, but I guess because they're physical products, it just seemed easier to maybe track and make sense of. I don't know, like CPA is like, well, what else have you spent money on? Like, it doesn't, because to tell you the truth, a lot of people think that merch is kind of like too good to be true when you really see it. That the fact that there's no fees, no monthly fees, no inventory, no sourcing. So it's kind of like, all right, well, it's just all profit now. Like, what's going on here? So I mean that could easily bring up, like a red flag on what's going on, but they he really wanted me to move to quarterly, so I was like, you know what, I'll go ahead and do that. And I'm kind of actually pumped this year for tax time because now I know I don't have to just dump a whole bunch of money all in it at once. Like that's what happened last year.
Yeah, because I was gonna say last year you had that big fee of what, $10,000 you said?
Yeah, I paid like 10 grand all at once. And I was
Yeah.
like, oh man, like I just had that money just kind of like waiting there. Like, man, okay, can I use this money? Can I not use this money? What I'm going to do with it? And then sure enough, it's like, yep, there it goes. And now it's
Yeah.
gone.
Yeah. Oh, and I
So,
forgot to mention Dropbox. Love Dropbox. Saved my life when I had my computer stolen.
oh yeah, that's right. That's right.
So I
Backing up
paid for
the
that,
bottom.
$99 a year, worth every penny. But anyways, I'm sorry. Continue.
Oh, thank you, sir. You're so kind.
Thank you.
Yeah, iMac, which I bought, which is like $1,300. Um, we talked about Creative Cloud, Creative Market and font bundles. Some of them are like $12, some are like $18. Some of them, I think I spent was like $38. I don't know. They're kind of like weird numbers. They're not
Yeah,
like
it varies depending on the bundles and stuff.
yeah. I'll buy those all day. And I talked about this actually on my channel that just buying those fonts, like, as a graphic designer, I probably would never use these fonts. I mean, that's just being honest, because a lot of the same repetitive clean fonts you kind of use over and over again if you're using it for like posters and flyers. But in this case, we're doing t-shirts. So you can't, there's just like I guess it's just a different media and like, what you're doing.
Well, I mean, we're kind of getting off topic here, but it's funny that you bring that up because someone had messaged me and they asked me, why do you buy your fonts from myfonts.com compared to like, sites like, Creative Suites and font bundles? And the main difference is, well, number one, myfonts.com, they're the number one distributor for fonts. Okay. They have a huge library, but number two, the fonts on sites like Creative Market and font bundles, they're completely legitimate, but they're more novelty fonts.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
And so you're gonna get a better, not better, but you're gonna get more of I guess more of a commercial or professional fonts from myfonts.com. And if you guys don't know what I mean by novelty fonts, they're like fonts, made with characters, and they have all
A lot of
kinds
like
of
hand-drawn stuff too.
Yeah. And again, there's nothing wrong with it, perfect for t-shirts and whatnot.
But we're not going to use that for like a brochure or like
like I wouldn't use it obviously to write a book with or something.
Yeah. I mean that's pretty much what a lot of these font bundles, why I'm purchasing these, because I think what I noticed too is like going on different groups that a lot of people, I talked about this on my channel on the latest like May numbers video, which is that a lot of people are using the same free fonts from defont.com. So just to get like a little bit of an edge and look different, I mean, why not spend the $12 or $18 and get also, commercial free, like, whatever. You don't have to worry about that kind of stuff when it comes to, going through defont.com, making sure they're free, make sure they're, free
Right.
to use. Just go ahead and buy these. You're set. You don't have to worry about that. That takes one thing away. And now you can kind of separate yourself from just the same ones and same fonts that everybody else is using from Defont, getting them for free because they don't want to spend the $12.
Yeah, but not just that. I mean, we had a whole show about this, and we've said this so many times. And in fact, I saw someone post a comment the other day in our group, and it made me cringe. They're like, oh, you can download fonts at such and such site, and we've said
Like
this 100
bootlegs?
times, huh?
Like bootlegs?
Well, I don't know. Well, see, I think this person thinks just because it's free, he thinks it's allowed for commercial purposes.
Oh.
But we've talked about this, right? Where even if it's free, you have to read the license. A lot of these fonts that you guys are downloading for free, is for personal use only. Okay, just
Yeah.
because it's free doesn't mean you have the right to use it for whatever you want.
Yeah.
And if you want a commercial license, pay for it. Again, that's an expense. Um, but anyways, yeah. So I just had to add that in there. Um, but what else do, do you spend your money on?
I also spending well, I did spend money at least trying out stuff. AMS ads.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did spend
That
money.
that that's marketing, obviously, for your
Yeah.
business.
So some of them did work out, some of them did not.
Hmm.
Like one of them was what? So a lot of them I did. I think the highest one I did was like a $10 daily budget on one of them. Some of them I did $6, $5, $1, and it seemed like the dollar ones actually got more impressions, which was kind of weird. The daily dollar budget, but going on that, let's see where I'm going here with some of them and the highest ones that I've spent money on. So headline search, I did spend like $47 on one of the ads, and that ad ran quite a while. I think like a month long or something. No sales from that one. Another one I did a headline search. This one was a little bit shorter. Dollar daily limit, 22,000 impressions. I spent $42. Estimated total sales, $71.80.
Hmm.
So that one did bring sales. Another one, $6 daily budget. I spent $40 on that one, and I only sold one shirt from that one.
Wow.
Yeah. So, I mean, the good thing is like, yeah, I can use this as far as like, what I've been spending money on and tax write-offs and stuff like that. But I don't know. Like, I didn't really see. I mean, I got a lot of impressions. One of them, 33,000 impressions. But I didn't sell. I only sold one shirt of like from that one too. So kind of weird on the AMS thing. I gotta really like practice more on it, but probably spent at least $160 maybe on ads, random
Hmm.
ads.
Hmm.
So I mean, I'd
Okay.
spend a whole lot, but I could definitely
Yeah.
spend a lot more. But we'll
Yeah.
see
But
after I
those but
practice
those are,
those.
I mean, those are still expenses. I mean, you might have not made any money, or at least the money that you wanted. But those are, again, those are expenses.
Yeah, yeah,
Um,
there's
um,
expenses thrown in there.
and, for the people that uses VAs, and you mentioned possibly using a VA earlier in the show. Those are expenses. They're related to your business.
Yeah. So threw that one in there. Word Candy, I know I'm paying on, or at least I did pay, I think a lifetime one, remember on that one.
Mm-hmm.
$200. I guess going back as a whole doesn't really have anything to do with, well, actually it kind of does with merch because I was able to network with people and talk about merch when I went to the reseller rally. That conference was like $130. And then going, of course, like the flight and all that, was able to network and talk to people, about
Mm-hmm.
merch and everything like that, and just design my channel and everything.
Of course, of course.
Um,
And Glenn, let me just add. We talked about going to conferences, but so not only can you write off the registration fee, but you can write off your at
plane ticket.
least that's again. I need to disclose this because there's always someone that's, oh, you're whatever. You can write off your airfare, or at least I can in my situation, and I can write off my lodging.
Mhm.
Now, food, I don't know. Okay, I get different advices depending on who I ask. So I
What
just
about
go with,
alcohol? Just kidding.
huh? You know what, man? If I could do that, man,
Like we'll
I
have a
like,
field day.
yo, dude, all drinks are on me.
Can't you write off like Uber and all that too? Like if you're getting rides to places, I mean,
Yeah, yeah, Uber. In fact,
rental
um,
car.
I believe so.
Yeah, you should
Yeah,
be able to, I would
I mean,
think.
um, the Uber rides that I took when I was in Atlanta, I kept all the receipts, and I'm gonna write them off.
Yeah. So we have those there, and pretty much, I mean, the biggest investment obviously was the 10,000 Gary V VaynerMedia thing.
That's right.
So that will be like my, well, that's the thing too, is like Um, I don't know. There's a couple of things I guess I could say about that one, which for sure I would pay 10,000 to go to the VaynerMedia thing than to pay the IRS any day of the week. Because I paid 10,000 last year. So
Would you pay $10,000 to come hang out with me for a couple of days?
No, I'll pass on that one.
Damn.
Yeah, 10,000's too much. But as far as like VaynerMedia and everything I learned from that and what they do, I mean, it wasn't just like a meet and greet with Gary Vee. It was about their whole company. So that was like that one I would definitely do, and I had no problem with doing that. And like, could I invest 10,000 in designers? Probably. But I did choose this, and it was a once in a lifetime thing too. That me and my wife, like, never been to New York, totally cool experience that not everybody gets to do and go to those offices and see what they do and learn from them. So that was really, really cool. And that obviously is going to be the biggest expense out of all of this stuff.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it as far as like my expenses go, and I guess merch in general, and not just like a monthly expenses. I don't know. I guess just kind of off and on whenever I feel like buying fonts, or whenever I don't know. A lot of the stuff has to do with like a yearly memberships and stuff. So
yeah. But I mean, if you're just getting started, like if you're on the 10 tier, don't. I mean, I guess you can if you really wanted to. I wouldn't say go spend $1,000 to go attend this conference, right?
no.
Again, this is for the people that are making a decent amount of money. I mean, I'm probably on pace to do somewhere between 40 and 50,000 just on merch alone this year. So obviously, I'm going to need some write-offs, right? So again, I mean, like I said, I mean, I think, in my opinion, attending conferences is probably the best thing that you can invest in. That'd be like, I mean, because number one, it's a nice write-off, right? It's a nice chunk of change, depending on obviously what conference you go to. But I mean, there's, as we discussed, there's other expenses, right? You got the airfare, you got the lodging, you got the ground transportation. So in my opinion, if you're making a significant amount and you want something to write off, I think a conference would be a really good one. And plus, if we end up going to the same conference, man, we can all hang out.
Yeah, there you go. And
right?
I think to throw that in, like, if you are at 10 tier, I think probably things you can write off to kind of help you too to make more money is going to be either paying for designers or designs. If you have some type of package deal you're paying for, or if you're paying for like coaching or something like that. Because now you're just looking to tier up to 25 and then go from there. You're not making a lot of money yet.
Right.
So
and here's the thing, like, we're not telling you guys to go out and find reason to spend money, right? That's not what we're saying. But it's, at least in my opinion, like, you're not going to grow unless you invest in your business, right? I mean, it's just, in my opinion, that's just kind of common sense. If you don't invest in something, it's not going to grow, right?
Yeah.
Right. So if you don't invest, and I don't even like, I've said this before, I don't even like calling it a business, because really it's not our business, right? Because we don't have full control. But but if you don't invest in it, there's no way you're going to grow. So even if you lose a little money in the beginning, that's okay. I mean, go buy that $12 font if you absolutely love it. Like, don't be scared to spend that $12. Come on. I mean, I'm sure you guys spend so much more on other things that you probably don't need in your life, right? Like,
like hot wings.
Like hot wings. That frappuccino that you guys drink every day. Chances are you don't need it every day. I mean, at least if you invest in merch, there's a good possibility that investment is going to come back, and it's going to pay off.
Yeah, there we go. I like that.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's just, I don't know. maybe it's just me. I'm old school, but I was always taught if you invest in something, and if you really believe in it, invest in it and it'll pay off.
And the reason why for this show, we've gotten different emails and also comments in the group to if we ever consider, I guess, sharing our expenses and what we spend our money on, I
Yeah,
guess, as far as our
and
merch
these are
accounts go.
things. Yeah, these are things that we discussed in previous episodes, but we never really dedicated a whole show to it. So
Yeah.
we thought this would be a good show. Uh, but yeah, man. That's pretty much it, man.
Do you want to talk about I guess the last couple of things? Number one, Denver. I mean, we haven't talked about what we're doing yet, but we can tell you when we will be there, right?
Yeah, so Glenn and I are going to be. We need to sit down at some point and really figure out what we're going to do in Denver. It is going to happen, but we're just trying to figure out the logistics.
Yeah, plane tickets have already been purchased, so we will be in Denver. So if you want to go there somehow, yes, we can meet up. We just
Right.
don't know
It's going to be
what we're doing yet.
October 5th, the weekend of October 5th and through the 9th.
Yeah.
I believe. I don't have the dates in front of me. But yeah, so we'll keep you guys updated on that, whether it's in the group or you guys can always message us, and plus we'll just keep you updated on the podcast as well. But yes, but it is going to happen. But again, we'll keep you guys posted on that. What else?
The other one is merchminds.com. If you want to go there, sign up just to put your name, email. If you are interested in a coaching opportunity, me and Young are also just getting a head count. See who's interested in a one-on-one coaching, on merch. If you're kind of stuck, you don't really know what to do. Even if you're very like someone's just starting out and you really, really don't know what to do, then we can, sit and talk and figure that out as far as the coaching goes for merch.
Absolutely. But yeah, anything else, Glenn?
Anything from you? You wanted to say? Nothing?
No, I'm good.
All right. Thanks, guys, for listening. This episode is also brought to you by Merch Informer, the #1 research program for merch by Amazon. You can do niche research by BSRs, keywords, even by merchant, brand names at your fingertips. You can explore historical data to see exactly what strategies the top sellers are using to succeed. So merchinformer.com for your free 3-day trial. After that, it's $19.99 per month. Check it out, merchinformer.com.
Cool. Hey, wait, actually, I do have one more thing before we go.
Oh.
Where can they reach you at?
Oh, yeah. Email me, hustlerhacks1 at gmail.com, or you can go to hustlerhacks.com and you can fill out any of those forms that go straight to my email too. If you're in Phoenix, of course, El Paso, where I live, or Dallas, August will be the month of pure meetups. So I will be in Dallas, I will be in El Paso, and I will be in Phoenix. So let me know. You can go to hustlerhacks.com/meetup, and you can also put in your name and email there so we can figure something out.
Nice, man. Nice. And you guys can also reach me at yong@geekhustle.com. Sign up for my newsletter. I give out some really good tips. And yeah, you guys can find me in the Facebook group. Tag me, tag Glenn. We always try and respond. And if for some reason, if you don't, we probably just got overwhelmed and just got sidetracked. But other than that, Glenn, tell Anthony he's my boy. I'm still considering crashing the wedding at the very last minute. So don't be surprised if you see me.
All right. I'll let him know.
Other than that, folks, have a wonderful week and we'll see you next time.
See you.